A reading from the book of 1 Samuel. Today is September 16th. Our reading from the book of Samuel is chapter 27. David said to himself, "Someday I shall certainly perish at the hands of Saul. The best thing for me is to flee the land of the Philistines. Saul will then give up hunting me throughout the territory of Israel, and I will escape him." So David and the 600 men with him went and crossed over to King Achish, son of Maach of Gath. David and his men stayed with Achish in Gath, each man with his family, and David with his 2 wives, Ahinoam and Jezreelite, and Ahinam the Jezreelite, and Abigail, wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And when Saul was told that David had fled to Gath, he did not pursue him any more. David said to Achish, "If you please, let a place be granted me in one of the country towns where I can live. Why should your servant remain with you in the royal city?" At that time, Achish granted him Ziklag. That is how Ziklag came to belong to the king of Judah, as is still the case. The length of time that David lived in Philistine territory was 1 year and 4 months. David and his men went up and raided the Geshurites, the Gizrites, and the Amalekites, who were the inhabitants of the region of Olam, all the way to Shur and the land of Egypt. When David attacked a region, he would leave no man or woman alive. He would take flocks, herds, asses, camels, and clothing. When he returned and came to Achish, Achish would ask, "Where did you raid today?" Then David would reply, "The Negeb of Judah," or "the Negeb of the Jerahmeelites," or "the Negeb of the Kenites." David would leave no man or woman alive to be brought to Gath, for he thought, "They might tell about us. David did this." Such was his practice as long as he stayed in the territory of the Philistines. Achish trusted David. He thought, "He has aroused the wrath of his own people Israel, and so he will be my vassal forever."